have him a bit louder.
I am heavy weapons guy.
He's heavy weapons guy.
And this is my weapon. She weighs 150 kilograms and fires $200 custom tool cartridges at 10,000 rounds per minute. It costs $400,000 to fire this weapon for 12 seconds. Oh my God, who touched Sasha? All right.
Who touched my gun?
Some people think they can outsmart me. Maybe. Maybe. I've yet to meet one that can outsmart Bullet.
I love Misha. I love Misha so much. He's great. Cry some more. Yes! Look at him! That is Mikhail, also known as Misha. He is amazing. We love him. Yeah, Misha is the best. He is such a teddy bear. I'm gonna do this after every video, by the way. I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna like talk about the characters we just watched. So if you don't want spoilers, this is your warning, there may be spoilers. So Misha, the heavy. Big, strong guy, right? The only brother in a family of 4 kids. He has 3 sisters and his mother. His dad was killed in an incident way back when. So him and his mother and sisters have been living in the... It kind of... Not sure if it's the Serbian mountains or the Siberian mountains. But it's there. Yeah, he looks after his sisters and his mom, which is kind of why he took this job with Team Fortress in the first place. So he could support them and, you know, keep money coming in, make sure they're looked after. And it also gives you a place to blow off steam. Because, like, you got all this stuff pent up. You're running from guys who were, like, coming after you and your family for, I don't remember why, but it was not nice reasons. But yeah, they've been living in the mountains, eating bear meat, a lot of bear meat. And yeah, he came down to work for Red, so that he can support his family. Misha is a family guy. He's super sweet. He's super strong, very stoic. He's actually very smart. He has a degree in Russian literature. He's technically not Russian, but I will smack you, Aaron. He is a family man. He's great. Like, you give him people, he grows to care about them, he will protect them. He is very much like a Papa Bear type. He is amazing, and so many reactions I've seen, people love him. People love him so much, and yeah, honestly, it's understandable why. He's strong, he's protective. He is a guardian type. Regardless of his job, he will take care of his people. And if you fuck around, hurt them, piss him off, so help you God, you gonna meet Jamaica real quick. Alright. Hang on, I should probably put that on another window next time I open it. But next up, I believe, is the Sandvich. Yes! Sandvich! Look at him! Look at the Sandvich. I think I might turn the volume down on the video just a bit.
Yeah, there he is. You, stop right where you are. That is an order. He's getting away. Do not let him get to the rip. Don't do it, pal. Do not do You listening? Just. Oh God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! My blood!
He punched out all my blood.
You call that breaking my spine? You red team ladies wouldn't know how to break a spine. My spine!
Sandvich is a health item. Hang on. Oh, I'm gonna put that on a different window entirely. But 120 nutritional points included. This is a healing. Those who ain't familiar with TF2, I'm pretty sure some of y'all might be, or enough, if not most of y'all. This is a health item that Heavy can use or give to a teammate. That Misha can use and give to a teammate. It's you got your bread, you got your lettuce, your tomatoes, your cheese, your meat. In this diagram, it kind of looks like it's turkey. I believe it's turkey. Turkey sandwich. Turkey and Swiss. Oh, that is Swiss. Yeah, oh my gosh. Wait, yeah, this is the turkey and Swiss. This would be so good, though. That would be so good, though. My gosh. No, not you, music. Sorry. Yep. Back in the day. Next is Sniper, I think? Yep. Here it comes.
Boom. Headshot. Sniping's a good job, mate. It's challenging work, out of doors. I guarantee you'll not go hungry, because at the end of the day, long as there's 2 people left on the planet, someone is going to want someone dead. Not a crazed gunman, Dad. I'm an assassin. Well, the difference being one is a job and the other's mental sickness. I'll be honest with you. My
parents do not care for it.
I think his mate saw me. Yes, he did.
Gotta love it. Also, the pea jar thing. That's just kind of like... That's like... The piss jars are the only really weird thing about him. Otherwise... He's probably one of the most normal guys on the team. Nope, wrong one.
Feelings? Look, mate, you know there's a lot of feelings. Blokes were bludgeoning their wife to death with a golf trophy. Professionals have standards. Be polite. Be efficient. Have a plan to kill everyone you meet.
Monday. Yes, that is his actual name. Mundy. Born in New Zealand, which in this world's canon was put on the bottom of the ocean because his father convinced, like, I guess the Council of New Zealand, that there was going to be a disaster. So we're just doxing the TF2 guys now. It's been years. All of their public knowledge came out and it's been out ever since 2017. At least that's the biggest gap between comics, was 2017 to 2024. So Mundy. He was born in New Zealand, which was sunk to the bottom of the ocean because his dad convinced the people in charge of New Zealand that he had a prediction that the world was going to end up a fiery magma-covered mess if they didn't do it. And he tried to convince them again a few years later that the whole world was going to end, so they should go to space. And they didn't believe him that time because so far they didn't have any evidence that the world was covered in magma right now. And his dad's whole shenaniganery kept devolving into fights between father and mother. And he'd built a rocket His dad had built a rocket because he was convinced that something was going to happen and he had to go into space. But he'd only made it with one seat. Oh, shit. Oh, hey, it works! Ow! Don't hit me. Don't hit the streamer. That's rude. Okay. Here we go. Hi, alone. Yeah, so his father made a rocket ship to send himself. How about bite? No. No. No harming the streamer today. His father made a rocket ship. It only had one seat in it. And he was like, I'm just going to launch into space by myself. Got the auto track since everything's set up. My new layout is fully done. Awesome! And that's kind of part when his wife realized this guy is full of shit. And he has to hold his kid before he blasted off into space one last time. They got into a fight. I believe Sniper was about a year and a half, maybe 2. He was a toddler at the time. He climbs into the spaceship, which is open and unmanned, and they're not watching him, by the way. He climbs in, somehow sets it off, blasts himself out of the glass dome-covered sunken city of New Zealand, and which that results in flooding New Zealand, killing everybody except his parents. And he lands in Australia, on a farm in Australia, where like a little farming couple adopted him, and he grew up there ever since. He thought he was Australian for a grand majority of his life until 2017 he found out he was not, in fact, Australian. Mundy is probably one of the most normal people on the Team Fortress team. He's quiet, doesn't do much, he does his job, and he does it well. He's great. He's also a little bit of a Slim Jim, isn't he? Look at him. Which in Australia is kind of a bit an oddity, because in that world, in Australia, smash all. Next question. Damn. Hey, look at his mate. He's great. But no, in Australia, it's actually a very, very big oddity to be small and quiet and not be wanting to fight and drink all the time because of it's a very long explanation. You know what I might do is I might grab a video explaining the entirety of the TF lore and play it for y'all later. Not on stream, because God knows that's gonna take too long. It's just in the server.
Dad, put Mum on a phone.
Yes, it is! Del Conager.
Hey, look, buddy. I'm an engineer. That means I solve problems. Not problems like what is beauty, because that would fall within the purview of your conundrums of philosophy. I solve practical problems. For instance, how am I gonna stop some big mean Mother Hubbard from tearing me a structurally superfluous new behind? The answer? Use a gun. And if that don't work, use more gun. Like this heavy caliber tripod mounted little old number designed by me. Built by me. And you best hope not pointed at you.
That's the engineer. Del Conager. Texas boy, born and raised. He comes from a long line of extremely clever engineers. His grandfather built a life-extending machine for the two heads of this conflict, the gravel wars they call it. How many have we gone through? I just got here. Engineer is the fourth. The fourth video, but the third member. So far we've talked about Heavy, we've talked about Sniper, and now we're talking about Engineer. Yeah, the second one was a joke video about the sandwich, because it's funny. Del Conager, very smart, very, very smart, comes from a long line of very smart people. 11 PhDs. He loves his job, loves his work, very proud of it. He's very polite, very kind of like, very nice, sweet-raised Texan boy. He is probably just as crazy, if not a little bit on par, if not just a little bit less, than this guy over here, who we're going to talk about later. I'm going to talk about Medic here in a little while when his video comes up. They respect each other. I know they respect each other very much. They work together a lot. It's super fun just watching all these videos and seeing like how they interact. Just seeing like these people, these characters feel like real people because of like how much thought and depth people put into them, even though their universe is silly as shit. It's amazing. And I love it. All right. Pausing our lo-fi here. 2007 Half-Life Valve. Meet the Scout. Jeremy Willis. Speedster class.
I don't even know where to start with you. I mean, do you even know who you're talking to? Yo, what's up? Do you have any idea who I am? Basically, kind of a big deal. Oh man, that's beautiful. You listening? Okay. Grass grows, birds fly, sun shines, and brother, I hurt people. Boink! I'm a force of nature. If you were from where I was from, you'd be
fucking dead.
Woo!
Jeremy Willis. Boston born and raised by a single mother. And the youngest of 8 brothers. He had to learn how to run to get to a fight faster than his brothers did. Which is why he's so speedy. He never really knew his dad. Or at the very least, he thought his dad was Tom Jones. Or, for a long time, I think he might have thought that Tom Jones was just a close friend of his mother's. And we'll get onto that later. But I'll get onto why later. But yeah, he's a big fan of Tom Jones. He's very fast. He has a bit of an ego to him. He very much is in love with the administrative assistant, Ms. Pauling. Ms. Pauling is not into him. And that's something that he doesn't really come to terms with for a very long time. So yeah, he's very awkward around Ms. Pauling. He can be sweet. He's smart in his own way, but he's also kind of dense. He's probably like one of the more oblivious people on the team in his own way. He's small, he's fast, he's snarky, sarcastic. He likes to act like his baseballs are bigger than normal. His whole thing is a little baseball setup. he's sweet when he's not being a bit full of himself. And a little snarky shit. As for all, and just have someone having to word vomit too. Yeah. Yeah, his whole thing is that he is the speedster class. Misha is the tank. Engineer is obviously, you know, Dell is the engineer. Their class names. Oh, Demo Man. Here he is. Tavish Finnegan de Groot.
What makes me a good demo man? If I were a bad demo man, I wouldn't be sitting here discussing it with you now, would I? Let's do it! Not one of you's gonna survive this! One crossed wire, one way.
He said, since the captions weren't picking that up, he said, "Let's do it! Not one of you is going to survive this."
Word pinch of potassium chloride, one errant twitch, and
Uncable. He also is 90% alcohol.
They gotta make it out. I'm a black Scottish cyclops. They got more
Fucking lizards in the damn lakes.
than they got the likes of me. So, tall you fine dandies, so proud, so cocksure, prancing about
Fight with your head full of eyes.
Come
and get me.
I'll be waiting on you with a whiff of the old brimstone. I'm a grim-blooded fable.
The captions keep cutting out for it. He says, "So, to all you dandies out there prancing about with your head full of eyes, so proud, so cocksure, I say, come and get me. I'll be waiting for you with a whiff of the old brimstone. I'm a grim bloody fable with an unhappy bloody end."
With an unhappy bloody end.
Yes. Woo!
Oh, they're going to have to glue you back together in hell.
In hell! Tavish Finnegan de Groot comes from a long... Imagine Demo Man saying onion for some reason. I think you're thinking of Shrek. Tavish Finnegan de Groot is, again, one of the more unhinged characters, just a little bit. He comes from a long line of demo men. And a long line of people who can hold down multiple jobs for some reason. His dad it has been canonically stated that his father held down 27 jobs in his lifetime at the same time. Tavish has 3, including the Team Fortress runs. He can afford a mansion. He bought a mansion for himself and his mother. His mother gets on his case for not running as many jobs as his dad used to, saying he's shaming the family name. Whatever. He's happy with his jobs. He's missing an eye. I'm sure you have noticed. Because as a kid, he went to run a job on Halloween for a wizard named Merasmus. Now keep that in mind, Merasmus is a recurring character in this universe. In so many different ways. So, as all good wizards do, or as all wizards do, they have a forbidden book. This forbidden book was called the Abominomicon. And it was a book about explosive stuff. So Tavish was paid to clean out the library, and he's just like, "I'll warn you, none of the other people I've hired made it out alive." And he's like, "All right, fine, I'll just clean it." He cleaned it, and the Abominomicon got his attention, started being like, "Oh, hey, look, there's explosions in here. Oh, there's explosions. Oh, more explosions." He's like, "All right, fine, I'll look." And he goes to open the book, and the book haunts his eye socket. The book zaps him and starts haunting his eye socket. And Merasmus was annoyed, not because Tavish did what he was told not to, but because the Abominomicon was never gonna shut up about this. He's just like, well, goddammit, now I gotta listen to him gloating about it for 100 years. And ever since then, Tavish's left eye socket has been haunted. Anytime Medic back here has tried to, because Medic is very, very talented, very clever, despite his whole like mad scientist energy that we will see later on, he can in fact grow Tavish's eye back. It's fairly simple, he says. He's done it several times. Every time he does, on Halloween, it'll start like growing bat wings and it'll leave his head. And then they have to fight it. So yeah, Tavish's eye is a Halloween event. And so Medic just stopped giving him his eye back because of that. He's just like, it happens every time. I'm done. Like 4 times is enough, dude. I'm not doing it anymore. Outside of that, Tavish is he's a decent guy. For a while, he had a friendship running with the blue team's soldier. And again, if you don't know much about Team Fortress 2, it is essentially the same 9 characters on 2 different teams. In universe, not really sure what the explanation is, but in game, it's just kind of, it's like, well, Overwatch came after this. But you can take the same 9 classes, but just change colors depending on which team you pick, Team Red or Team Blue. But yeah, there was a while that Tavish had a friendship with the soldier from Team Blue. And since they weren't technically allowed to do that due to reasons, the boss got in the way and forced them to break up. But I think they still, and this is actually a fun fact, there was originally going to be lines between Demo and Soldier for whenever the Demo defeated or like eliminated a soldier. There was going to be lines where like loudly he'd be claiming like his triumph for his team, and then in a lower tone he'd be like, still love you though. And that just hit like my brain, and I'm like, oh my god, I hate that. That is so sad. The fact that they still had like the scripts for that and they just decided, no, we're gonna kick that out. They were gonna be besties, maybe even in love. And it sucks that we couldn't have that. I mean, like, I'm gonna explode. I would love to, because there's so many, there are like several hints at like a few different characters, not necessarily from this team, having more than friend relations with other people. For example, towards the latter part of the online comic runs, they brought in the classic Team Fortress team, which there's a lot of stuff there that you gotta explain there to be like, oh, this is da-da-da-da-da, this is who they are. But suffice it to say, there was a soldier and a scout on that team, and they wanted to open an orphanage together. And Classic Scout was saying a lot of free children too, and then in the middle of their sentence, they were both killed. Classic Scout and Classic Soldier had to have been together. I might be wrong on the classes, but they were the classics, and my only explanation is that these two were together and they wanted kids. But it was in the 1970s. It was in the 1970s and they were mercenaries. And my heart just broke. They just wanted to raise kids together. like those two were had to have canonically been together, and then what were Tavish and Soldier from Blue? Cry. Makes me cry thinking about it, man. Speaking of Soldier, here he comes. Sergeant Jane Doe.
If fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight. Sun Tzu said that, and I'd say he knows a little more about fighting than you do, pal, because he invented it, and then he perfected it so that no living man could best him in the Ring of Honor.
R.I.P. Rick May, voice of Soldier, best soldier we ever had. He passed away in 2020.
Then he used his fight money to buy 2 of every animal on Earth. And then he herded them onto a boat, and then he beat the crap out of every single one. And from that day forward, anytime a bunch of animals are together in one place, it's called a zoo. Unless it's a farm.
I love Jane so much. There's a Foxy version of Meet the Soldier. I'll send it in DMs. I'll take a look at it later, but Jane Doe, Sergeant Jane Doe. Where do I start with this man? There is so much and yet so little. Only up to a certain point in his history do we know. He wanted to join the army during World War II, but they wouldn't take him. So, hang on. So he legally changed his name to Sergeant Jane Doe and went over to Europe and started killing the bad guys in Germany in that time. On his own, he was going on a crazy-ass spree. All by himself, he was insane. And he didn't know World War II ended until several years after. It was, I believe they said 1945. Or something like that. I don't know. He didn't know the war was over until, like, a couple of years after, and at that point he was just like, well, I did my duty. And so he goes back home and he's just kind of like perfectly fine to sit there in an apartment purposeless. And then they enlisted him into Team Fortress. No one knows if he's stupid or insane. I think it's a healthy combination of both with a bit more insanity to it. He can be smart at times, and it's surprising. He is a licensed lawyer. He's a registered lawyer. He took the bar test and passed. No idea how. Oh. Well, that's the end of stream. I guess we'll have to talk about the other 3 another time. Actually, no. You know what? Fuck it. It's my stream. I do what I want. We're gonna finish the list.
Red spies in the base.
Red spies in the base?
Yes.
Protect the briefcase.
We need to protect the briefcase.
Oh, a little help here?
I got it. Stand back, son.
Gentlemen?
Yes.
I see the briefcase is safe.
Safe and
Yeah, it
sound.
is.
Yeah.
Tell me, did anyone happen to kill a red spy on the way here? No? Then we still have a problem.
And a knife.
Ooh, big problem. I killed plenty of spies. The dime a dozen backstabbing scumbags. Like you. Ow. No offense.
If you managed to kill them, I assure you they were not like me. And nothing like the man loosed inside this building.
What are you, president of his fan club?
I'm gonna give y'all a warning really quickly. There's gonna be some imagery coming up in a little bit that is, well, I'm just gonna say it's not gore. So if you are around children, you might want to hide your screen. Or if you're not a fan of nudity.
No. That would be your mother.
Wait,
Indeed. And now he's here to us. So listen, boy, or pornography starring your mother will be the second worst thing that happens to you today.
I've watched this so many times and seeing so many different people's reactions to it.
Oh,
That's rude, bro.
give me that.
This spy has already breached our defenses.
Sentry down!
You've seen what he's done to our colleagues. And worst of all, he could be any one of us.
Okay, so I'm gonna say a fun little fact that is not actually really a fact. It's more of a headcanon that I came up with, which sometimes I surprise myself. Is when he uses that device to disguise himself. Actually, I'm gonna scoot back and see. You notice there's a bit of smoke that comes off when he changes. See? There's some smoke as he changes. My personal hypothesis. Well, it's not really a hypothesis because I can't really test it. It's a theory. My personal theory is that the device he uses to disguise himself utilizes utilizes light refraction through steam, and it messes with the light enough to make him look enough like another person. Which is why when he disguises himself in game, he still has the same hitbox. It's just a visual trick. And the voice disguising is either he's really good at mimicry or, like, if we rewind. Hang on. He has a necktie, see? I feel like there's gotta be some kind of doohickey in, like, his necktie or in, like, his collar that he has around his neck if he cannot replicate the voice right. Like, some sort of voice modulation. I think that'd be so cool. I think that'd be so cool. That's my personal theory about how he works.
He could be in this very room. He could be you. He could be me. He could even be...
Blech.
Whoa! What? It was obvious. He's the Red Spy.
Also, all of Team Fortress community agrees that Blue Spy is significantly more sane than Red Spy. Or, not Spy, Soldier. Blue Soldier is significantly more sane than Red Soldier.
Watch. He'll turn red any second now. Any Any second now. See? Red! No, wait. That's blood.
So, we still got problem.
Big problem. All right. Who's ready to go find this spy?
Right behind you.
He is not given an official name. I call him Frederick. But yeah, not a lot is known about Spy's past. Except that he is Scout's dad. Scout does not know that he is his dad, because he only ever admitted it to him when he was disguised as Tom Jones, which is very sad. Spy's a bit of a coward. I've been so mad at him for not telling Jeremy directly that that he is in fact his father. He and Scout's mother were together, kind of still together-ish. I don't know if he's just Jeremy's dad or if any of the other siblings were his as well. I think it was just Jeremy. Jeremy's mom has been single mother for a long time. Jeremy is under the impression that until Spy showed up disguised as Tom Jones, he believed his dad was dead. And yeah, there's not really too much to be said for Spy. Spy gives everybody a hard time on his team, but he's very proud of his son. He's just not gonna say it. little moment. Like they're holding hands.
Ma petit chauffeur.
Also, that pronunciation I have learned. I knew it was wrong, but it's like, I watched a VTuber react to this, and I didn't know she was, like, fluent in French. And then she says, actually, and what he said is actually supposed to be pronounced mon petit chauffeur. And he's calling her his little cauliflower, which I don't know why, but I mean, you do you, boo-boo. We have 2 more to go. This next one is my favorite.
Move, Cyclops, move! Come on, almost.
Why cauliflower? I have no idea. I think he likes. I guess he likes stuff. I guess there was something important.
When the patient woke up, his skeleton was missing, and the doctor was never heard from again. Anyway, that's how I lost my medical license. Archimedes! No! It's filthy in there. Ugh. Birds. Now, most hearts couldn't withstand this voltage. But I'm fairly certain your heart.
What was noise?
The sound of progress, my friend. Perfect. Kill me later. Where was I? There we go. Come on. Come on. Oh, that looks good. Very nice there.
Should I be awake for this?
Well, no.
As long as you are, could you hold your rib cage open a bit? I can't seem. Oh, don't be such a baby. Let's go back. No, they don't.
He's unethical and crazy, but
What happens now?
Now? Let's go practice medicine.
y'all have to pay attention to the soundtrack though. Just listen. Tavish. Listen, listen, listen. Mr. Ludwig. Mr. Ludwig. What can I say about Mr. Ludwig? He's crazy and I love him. He's my delusional baby girl. I will say, he has been practicing for quite a while. No one knows his first name. No one really knows what he was up to before a lot of his previous works. He loves experimenting with the human creature, the human animal. It is a fascinating thing to him, which is the only reason why he ever wanted to get into, well, quote-unquote, medicine. Working as a mercenary, he willingly did this. He willingly works as a mercenary because not only are they willing to kind of let him do his thing here, the people who sponsor them, who fund them, don't give a shit what he's doing. He gets to do his experiments in peace and he has fun, but eventually he does grow to love his team, even if he won't say it out loud. Heavy is his best friend. Misha is his best friend. Fun fact, he did not approve of the Germans in World War II. He thought their way of doing things was barbaric and unrefined. So he's just like, hell no. And I'm gonna we're gonna finish out this video and then I'm gonna say that's where we'll end, because Pyros has some stuff that will get me in trouble because DMCA. So I'm gonna close out with Ludwig.
That looks good. Very nice there. Yes.
Hey, thanks, Doc. Oh, man. You would not believe how much this hurts.
Archimedes?
Archimedes got into where he wasn't supposed to again. Archimedes is now stuck in Jeremy's chest. Fun fact. I don't know if this is still a thing, but after certain, like, deaths or eliminations, if you're playing Scout, Archimedes will fly out of your chest.